We got an early kickoff tomorrow as the Sooners are traveling for the first of back-to-back trips to the Dallas-Fort Worth metroplex, starting first in Fort Worth versus the TCU Horned Frogs. We're going to talk about the 5 things that Jay believes the Sooners need to do to win this game. We'll talk about all of that coming up here, roughly 10 seconds. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Jay here with Unfair Sports, talking OU football, college football, and sports in general. Thank you for checking us out here on the YouTube channel. Please hit the like button as well as subscribe, letting YouTube know that I'm making the right type of content for people like you, and share because sharing is caring. So in this video, we're going to talk about OU, TCU, the 5 things that Jay feels like Oklahoma needs to do to win this game. So we're going to dive right into this bad boy. So first and foremost, the TCU Horned Frogs are coming into this game undefeated. They are 3-0, and the Sooners are coming here after they just had this fall against Kansas State. So this will be TCU's first Big 12 game, Oklahoma's second conference game of the season. And for them, with TCU, Sonny Dykes is coming in here looking for that signature win, the one that's going to propel them into the top 25. At 3-0, they are not ranked right now, and it doesn't look like they are sniffing it yet because the voters don't believe at 3-0 they played any quality opponents. Well, Sonny Dykes is a first-year coach. He's getting things figured out, got them on a good, solid start, and so now they are looking for that signature W. And Oklahoma, on the other side, is looking for redemption after that Kansas State loss. Shouldn't have happened. It did. So Oklahoma has to prove to the voters that 18 was too far to drop them, and they need to move on back up in the rankings to try to propel themselves in preparation for a run for a Big 12 championship. So let's dive into the 5 things that I think that these Sooners need to do in order to win this game. We'll start off with the first one. Got to move fast. Now, this is something I've talked about a few times with Oklahoma. They get out, they get going, and it's like an avalanche. It's like a snowstorm, big avalanche. It just keeps coming once it starts going. The problem is starting off slow. So they got to move fast in this game to really get going. This is one real crazy stat. Oklahoma is ranked 130th out of 131 FBS schools in time of possession at like 24.55 per game. They don't keep the ball very long at all. And that, my friends, can become a problem. And this is why. They're boom or bust when it comes to offense. They're either going to get down the field and score quickly, or they're going to punt it within a minute or less. That's not a good recipe for a defense that you're trying to rebuild that has shown some struggles over the years as far as just implementation. Oklahoma has to get out there and hold the ball, or they got to score really, really fast and make this bad boy blow up quick. I did some digging in it. Oklahoma only has 2 possessions this season over 4 minutes. 2 over 4 minutes. Every other possession this season and all the other games have been under 4 minutes. It's like 3 minutes and like 50 seconds or less. Crazy, right? That's why they're ranked so low. And those 2 were against UTEP when they had to lead 4 minutes and 1 second possession in the second quarter, up 28-10. And the other one, they were up 5 minutes. It was a 5 minute and 28 possession in the fourth quarter, and that's when they were blowing out UTEP. But besides that, every game this season, OU has not had the ball long. So got to eat clock, got to run the ball, got to get out there and score quick. First, build a big lead, and then run it, pound it down their throat. They have to score like 60 points in a lot of these games if they want to make sure that they're going to win it. So time of possession is key. If they want to do that, the wide receivers got to block. That way we can get the run game going, and boom, guess what happens? Big thing. So Eric Gray and Marcus Mays needs to get 100 yards. They don't need to have 100 yards, but it would be great to have 100 yards. That will solidify a W. Second thing to talk about in this game that Oklahoma needs to do to win is contain Max Dugans' deep daggers. The dude likes to throw the ball. He can throw. This is his 4th year. He's a senior. He's played at TCU this entire time. Somehow lost his job to Chandler Morris. Now he's back out there, and he's going to be cooking. He can scoot, but he likes to throw the bomb. And so that's something that Oklahoma's going to have to be prepared for. The secondary needs to make 2 things happen. They're going to need to put pressure on him and make him get rid of that ball a lot faster than he wants to. He can move around. Now, he's not Adrian Martinez. We're not seeing the same type of quarterback that we saw against Kansas State, so it's not something that we need to be just overly worried about. But is still something that exists. Max has had 3 100-yard games this season. Not this season, 300-yard games in his career. So in his 4-year career of playing quarterback at TCU, he's had 3 games where he's rushed for over 100 yards. And none this year so far. But he did have 41 yards in the Colorado game. First game of the season. So Oklahoma's going to have to implement a spy, and they need to get to him fast. You get to him fast, it disrupts all of their timing routes, and that will make a W happen. Dugans is not to be trifled with. Didn't say he's a world beater, but he's not awful. We showed that against SMU last week. If Oklahoma wants to win this, got to spy that bad boy and make sure he gets rid of it all fast. Third thing that Jay believes that Oklahoma needs to do to win this game is buckle down on third down. This is one of those little nuanced stats that was interesting that I saw on Sports Illustrated. Oklahoma is 77th nationally in third down defense at allowing teams to convert at 38.5% clip. And they allow K-State to convert 10 of 19. And crazy thing is even with that rate, Oklahoma only lost by a touchdown. That's something that's going to need to be fixed. If Oklahoma wants to win this game, they've got to get teams off the field. Stop letting them convert on third and fourth down. That's going to be key. So they got to get TCU off this field. Dugans, offensively, they are a really good offense, 9th nationally. He's first in efficiency. And he's like 77% completer. So he knows how to throw it. He knows how to get the ball to the receiver. And he has no turnovers this year. Oklahoma has to find a way to get them off the field on third down on a consistent basis if they want to win this game. So that's going to key in a lot on the defense. And that's at all 3 phases, from the line to the linebackers to the secondary, and even your cheetah. All of them, the Mike, the Will, all of them needs to be playing at a high level and in sync and discipline in order to make sure that TCU gets off the field on those third downs. So that's going to be critical. Fourth thing Oklahoma needs to do: blow the top off on the deep ball. So Dylan Gabriel's a solid deep ball passer. I went and looked through the stats on Pro Football Focus on grades on the deep pass. He's not bad. He's not good throwing it down the center, but he's pretty solid on the ends, especially on the right side. So as a lefty throwing it to the right, he's really good at throwing there. He's like 3 for 4, 113 yards. So that's what we need to go to. Luckily, him, like Max Dugans, Dylan Gabriel has not turned the ball over. And he has 0 turnover-worthy passes so far this season, which is a fantastic stat to have. That means that he's pretty safe, and he's putting it in this place to where either his receiver catches it or it goes out of bounds. We need more touch on those passes. He did miss some key passes against Kansas State. We still only lost by a touchdown. Those may have made the difference. And so this game, he needs to make sure those are what's making the difference. So in order to do that, that offensive line needs to get back to that Nebraska game and get back in sync. I think they'll be fine in this one. TCU is not as veteran savvy as Kansas State was. So I can totally see them being more in sync, showing a little more chemistry, and actually beating these dudes up. You got to win in the trenches. And if you win in the trenches, you're going to win this game. So giving Dylan Gabriel time to pass that ball, Mims and them will do their thing. Farouk, Weiss, Stoops, even Gavin Freeman to go out there and make it happen. Even maybe get some Jaden Gibson out there. We just got to make sure that we are taking care of the trenches, giving Dylan Gabriel time to throw the ball. Everything will be gravy. Now, the fifth thing that the Sooners need to do, in my opinion, to win this game, pressures and the turnover schooner. So, I talked about Max Dugans earlier and how good of a quarterback he is, and TCU is a top 10 offense. Their running back leads the nation in yards per carry at like 7+ yards per carry. So because of that, they need to stop the run, get them off the field on third. They also need to put pressure on Dugans and make him make mistakes. TCU's been really good about not making mistakes, and Sonny Dykes is a pretty solid coach when it comes to that. He coaches very well as far as discipline goes. We need turnovers. The bakery needs to be turned up. We need to get that oven going. We need turnovers. And the best way to get turnovers is to put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, get some strip sacks, hit people, hit. I know the tackling was questionable with Kansas State, but tackling was very well in the games before. They can get back to that. I have no doubt that this staff is preparing these boys for this game, and they're going to get them to be where they need to be. So, because of that, I'm going to say this. You need to create the turnover schooner, start giving that bad boy out. Let's get more turnovers. We really don't have any, in my personal opinion. We need more fumbles. We need more strips. We need more interceptions. And that's something that I was hoping we'd have in the Kansas State game. We did not get that. We should get that this game. So, Sooners, make that magic happen. With that, that's the 5 things that Jay thinks that we're going to need in order to win this game. Thank you for checking out and sticking around for the end of this video. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Let us know what you think. Jump in the comments. How do you feel about this game against TCU? Do you think Oklahoma has a chance of winning it? Do you think that they may blow it? Is this the redemption game, or is this the game where we continue to falter? I think it's a redemption game, but we'll see what happens. With that, I'll be in Fort Worth. Find your boy. I'll be walking around in a General Booty shirt. Be easy to find. Look for the dreads. Look for the General Booty shirt. Probably have a OU hat on. So holla at me. With that, see y'all tomorrow, and we'll chop it up in a few days.